As Sir Preston led his son Alexander away from the scene, he bowed to Nathan and his friends. "Apologies once more for this foolish incident. I shall now beg my leave and take my son away from this place." Before they had gone far, Nathan cleared his throat. Sir Preston paused and turned around. "Yes, young Master Hayfield. Do you have something else to say?"
"Merely that your noble son here has forgotten his horse, and has yet to apologize properly."
Nathan nodded over to the destroyed market stall, where the tall white horse was still struggling to get its head out of a pickle jar. "Oh, yes, that. Hold on a moment, please." Nathan and his friends waited as Sir Preston whispered fervently in Alexander's ears. Alexander shook his head, but then reluctantly sighed at his father's firm expression. Finally, after a few moments of this, Alexander walked back over to Nathan and kneeled.
"Young Master Hayfield, I am sorry for my earlier behavior. Thank you for sparing my life. As a token of my sincerest apologies, I wish to gift to you my horse."
Alexander's words were filled with regret and anger. He did not truly believe them, but he also knew his father would not let him leave until he said them. Nathan's eyes widened. He had expected the words, but not the gift. Sarah, Stewart, and Baylor all whispered amongst themselves in shock. Only moments earlier, Alexander had tried to whip Nathan to death, and now he was on his knees before him, offering up his horse. Folks who still remained within the crowd also went nuts. Nobody could believe this insane turn of events. Meanwhile, Nathan suddenly seemed to understand the change in behavior. After all, his superior hearing allowed him to catch glimpses of Alexander's earlier conversation with his father, specifically the phrase, "Remember, your greatest enemy is not the Hayfields, it's your brother, Roderick." Now that Alexander lay before him, Nathan smiled. Clearly, this was a political decision. It was well known throughout Godricshire that Roderick Godricson was the eldest son to Sir Preston, and thus the eventual heir to the dukedom. However, Roderick's sadistic tendencies frightened his father, who vastly favored his younger son, Alexander. If Sir Preston planned to one day offer the title of Duke to Alexander instead of his older brother Roderick, there would undoubtedly be a conflict between all three of them, a conflict that could be decided quickly if a powerful warrior was to favor one party over another. Even if Sir Preston couldn't necessarily ally his son with Nathan, he could at least undo the damage he had caused and bribe Nathan with something that might make him forgive the situation. Nathan grinned at the offer, then shook his head. "I appreciate your offer of peace, Alexander, for your horse is loyal and good-natured. However, it is not me you first offended. If you want me to accept your gift, you must make it right between yourself and Lady Hale." Alexander fumed, then calmed himself and nodded at Nathan, resigned to this new plan of action. He turned and kneeled before Sarah Hale. "Lady Hale, I apologize for my brashness earlier. I lashed out in anger and in arrogance. I swear to you, I will do whatever it takes to make this right between us." Lady Hale smirked and silently thanked Nathan as she loomed over Alexander.
I don't know if I'm ready to accept an apology from you. After all, you tried to slash my face with your whip. Outside of that, I'm not sure if anything else would suffice."
You wish to whip me?"
"In the face. Yes, a single time, just as he intended to do to me."
"Could there be anything else that might resolve this issue? A chest of gold, perhaps, or—"
"No. My house is wealthy, and I have almost every worldly possession I might desire. The only way to make this right is for you to suffer the blow you intended to land on me."
Alexander sighed and tried to bumble out some excuse, but before he could manage it, Sir Preston appeared beside them and held out the whip to Lady Hale. "My son accepts your terms, good lady." Alexander squirmed under his father's gaze, then once again resigned himself to the situation. All he wanted to do was get it over with.
Fine. Here, land your blow quickly, please, before I... whip crack.
Back once more into the mud went Alexander. A gaping gash wound from one of the metal tails opened up on his right cheek. Everyone in the crowd winced at the power behind the blow. Even Stuart, Baylor, and Nathan were surprised. Nobody had expected Sarah's blow to knock him off his feet. She hadn't held back at all. Smiling, Sarah Hale handed Sir Preston the whip.
There. The bad blood between us is finished. Nathan, you may go ahead and accept his apology.
As Sir Preston pulled his son up out of the mud, Nathan smiled and nodded at Alexander, who still seemed shell-shocked by the blow.
Alexander Godricson, I hereby accept your apology. Now go and be well, and listen to your father's words. If you act out against the folks of this city any more, you'll be hearing about it from me.
Alexander held a rag up to stop the bleeding on his cheek and weakly bowed at the four of them.
My lords, my lady, I bid you all farewell.
With that, Sir Preston nodded at them and left with his son and his column of guards. Nathan smirked as the members of House Godricson departed from view. Stuart shook his head in disbelief.
Wow, Sarah, I can't believe you took him down like that. To tell you the truth, it felt better than any amount of gold he might have offered me.
As Stuart continued speaking with Sarah, Baylor rushed over to Nathan.
Once again, Nathan, it seems you managed to save us all. Shall we be off to the trial to sign up now? In a moment, Baylor. First, I must see about this new horse of mine.
As Baylor and Nathan turned towards the large white horse struggling with its head in a jar, Baylor couldn't help but laugh.
I sure hope for your sake he runs better than he fights. It's loyal, Baylor. It stood up to me when its master came under threat. It may not be strong yet, but it will be soon enough. For now, it has a rider worthy of protection. Wild horse neighs.
Nathan slowly approached the steed as it bucked and jolted around the market stall. Try as it might, it could not get the pickle jar off of its head.
Shh, friend. Calm down, and I will help to free you.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.